I think a lot of players could wholesomely agree that playing our favorite players' licks, it's awesome and it's so gratifying. Yeah. And like when you nail them, you're like, yes. But there's something really cool about taking licks that you learn or ideas or concepts and then just kind of shifting them in your own way. And, it just takes you somewhere else that's a little different. It's on the same path. Yeah. But it's just cool.
Well, it sounded like you, too, right there.
Yeah.
Like, it sounded like, there's some licks where it's like, of course, how can we get out of something that sounds like, someone before us? There's only so much you could, reinvent the wheel.
Totally.
But that right there, it's like I could hear you playing, and I've heard you play some stuff like that, where it's like, again, it catapults you outside of the traditional, and it's like now you're cutting edge, you know?
We could sit here all day and talk about different concepts, but really the reality is just don't limit yourself to what is preconceived as, okay, I have it, I'm there. I've always found a lick, even the simplest lick. Yeah. If it's the simplest lick, like how do I take that lick and do a million things to it?
Yes.
Right?
Big fan of that.
Yeah.
Big fan of doing that. Yes.
Different stuff, or like turning down, I could sit here and just do a million things. Yeah. Still thinking around that lick.
Or like you've only got 2 strings.
Yeah.
And there's only there's only 3 notes, or I got to stay on these 2 strings in that key, and like how many things can I do with it? That's a great way to be practicing stuff for sure.
Absolutely. Just have fun with it, and really take the time to find your tone, your touch, and your feel, and work around that, because I feel like that kind of set me free.
Yeah. Great. Because the hard part is like, the first thing I would think of is like, okay, we all got to go out there and learn all the scales and all the different places to play G, but then it's like, okay, well then it's the application of like, well, when do I land in what area? When do I have the setup? And and like, when am I going to use the third inversion of the pentatonic scale?
Yeah.
And then by that point, it's like, did I have fun just now, or did I even solo? I don't know, because I was too busy thinking.
Well, we were talking about it earlier too, and I think there's a big thing with players where sometimes we get in our own head so much that nothing comes out right.
Right.
And you can sit there, and I used to be a victim of it, seriously. Like, I would sit there and warm up for hours before a show.
Yes.
Thinking of every possible different thing that I could do on the guitar. And I'd go out to the show, and I would be in my own head so much that nothing was really coming out right.
Yeah.
And then there would be times when, I'd get to a show, and we're late. Come on, plug in, let's go, Yeah. And it's like, I'm so excited, there's such a rush that I play, and I'm like, oh, it feels fresh, it feels exciting.
Right.
And I think there's a lot of kind of mental blocks that we put inside ourselves when we play guitar.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm never going to be good enough. I'm never going to do this.
The thinking game is, I think there's more of it now too, because, now that there's a great transfer into where we're about to go with the gear thing. Mm-hmm. And besides the gear thing too, like, there's days where I'm playing guitar and I'm like staring at my amps and my pedals.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like, dude, you've been playing the same thing like over and over again. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm just listening to.
I'm trying to hear the different, yeah.
And then there's days where I just like put on a Zeppelin record or something, and then I just go to town, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't even step on anything. Like I just played like the straight, guitar into amp. So it's like, part of the reason why, I think it's important when we talk to all these different artists, and it's like we have these interviews where it's like, I really want to break down to people where it's like, man, just do it. Like, just like don't like get too caught up out of it, but like, find what you like and like just hit it,
So I'm gonna watch your toes. I'm about to name drop really hard.
Okay.
I've been so lucky to play so many legendary guitars.
Yeah.
Everything from Greenie to Eddie Van Halen stuff to obviously Bonamassa stuff, Jimmy Page. I've played Hendrix's guitars. I've played Albert King's guitar. I've been so lucky to play so much stuff. And not only just play it like, oh, cool, but have time with it. And, like I got to record with some of Hendrix's stuff, and it was like crazy. So the thing that I noticed, though, whenever I'd plug into their stuff, I still sounded like me.
Yes.
So there's a huge thing, like with the gear, where I got to play for an afternoon. I had one of Eddie's Kramers that, he had modified and done himself. And there's a video online of this. But I got to sit with that guitar like all day, right?
Oh, okay, wow.
And all I'm saying is I still sounded like me. Right. I didn't sound like Eddie.
Right.
And with gear, it's like we were saying before, there's a lot of preconceived things where you think, okay, if I get this, I'm going to get here. But I feel like it's all in your hands, it's in your heart, it's in, not to get crazy, but it's like what is burning inside of you.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to get out through, whether it's an Epiphone Les Paul or it's a whatever it is, that it's what's inside of you that comes out. That's what makes it special.
Right.